Accounts of banking companies. Here we will discuss in detail about the preparation of profit and loss account as far as the banking companies are concerned. So in this question, you are asked to prepare the profit and loss account of Kailas Bank Limited as on 31st March 2017. So you're given with a list of information along with some additional information. So whenever you receive a question like this, you need to figure out or spot out in which schedule this item belongs to. If you're able to make such an identification at the very outset, that could be very easy for you to move on with the problems. So here I have identified the schedules to which this particular items belongs to. So first one, interest and discount received. As it is in a beneficial nature for the bank, it should be recorded in schedule number 13, which is interest earned. And second one, interest paid on deposits. Since it is representing an outflow of fund from the bank, it should be recorded in schedule 15, interest expended. Then the commission, exchange and brokerage has to be treated as other income and should be recorded in schedule number 14. Rent received, which is an item coming up under miscellaneous income, which should be recorded in schedule number 14. Profit on sale of investment, loss on sale of investment also should be recorded in schedule 14. And then the salaries and allowances, which is in the nature of payment and provision that has been made to employees, and since it is operational in nature, it should be treated as operating expenses and recorded in schedule 16. Directors' fees and allowances, rent and taxes paid, printing and stationery, postage and telegram, other expenses, audit fees followed by depreciation on bank's property also find its room in schedule 16 titled operating expenses. And you're also given information on last year's profit amounting for 2,40,000. And in additional information part, you're given information on doubtful debts amounting to 15,000, and you need to give provision for taxation amounting for 60,000, and you're given information on rebate on bills discounted. Since rebate on bills discounted is not given as a ledger account balance, it need to be shown in your profit and loss account. And since it's a closing balance, you need to deduct that from discount. And if it was an opening balance, you need to add along with the discount. And since it is a closing balance, you need to deduct from the discount. And then you need to finally provide 10% for proposed dividend from the paid up capital amounting to 10 lakhs. So here we'll discuss in detail with the preparation of schedules. Schedule 13, interest earned. Interest and discount received. The first item should be placed here, and you need to deduct the rebate on bills discounted, that is 40,000, and then you will get a net figure of 12,10,000. And no other items have been specified in your question, so you need to total it. So while totaling schedule 13, you will get the aggregate balance of 12,10,000. And coming to schedule 14, which is the other income, in that category you have commission, exchange and brokerage, which has been recorded here, the amount 2,40,000. Then profit on sale of investment is 20,000, from which you need to deduct the loss on sale of investment, which is 5,000. So you'll get the net figure as 15,000 we record here. And the rent receipt, as I already told, it is in a miscellaneous income nature, so we'll record it here. By clubbing all these figures, you will get an aggregate total of 2,95,000 of schedule 14. And then coming to schedule 15 deals with interest expended. So you are having interest on deposits, which is 6,50,000. Interest on RBI borrowings and other related information has not been given in your question, so you need to total up, and the final figure is 6,50,000. And then coming to schedule number 16, which is dealing with operating expenses, you have salaries and allowances part, 3,60,000, you'll record it here. Rent and taxes, printing and stationery, all such items along with their figure you will be writing here, and then you will be taking the total of these figures and then you will be getting an aggregate value of 4,53,000. Then you need to do a working note. Since these provisions and contingencies need to be accounted in profit and loss account under the heading expenditure, you need to show a working note in the calculation of provisions as well as contingencies. And provision for doubtful debt, since it is given in your question as 15,000, you will write that 15,000 as it is, and a taxation provision has also been mentioned in the additional information part, which is 60,000. So you will add up both these figures, and a final of 75,000 need to be placed in your profit and loss account. Now we will come up with the final print of your profit and loss account. You have four categories: income, expenditure, profit or loss, and then the final part, that is the appropriations. So in income part, you have two schedules, and interest earned as well as other income, wherein you will record the actual values here and then you will total it. Then the second one is expenditure, and under expenditure you will record schedule 15 and 16, the values, and then the final one, the provisions and contingency that we had found out through working note 1, 75,000 we'll also place here. Then we'll take the total of expenditure, that is 11,78,000, and now we need to find out whether there is profit or loss. So under that category, we'll be finding the current year profit. So current year profit is the difference between income as well as expenditure. So you'll get the figure as 3,27,000. And from that, since a detail has been given on last year profit, that amount need to be added up with the current year profit, that is 2,40,000. So you'll get the total figure as 5,67,000. And final part you need to give for appropriations. So first one is with regard to the transfer to statutory reserves. See, current year's profit, a percentage, 25% of current year's profit need to be compulsorily and mandatorily transferred as statutory reserve. So you will transfer 25% of 3,27,000 as statutory reserve. You'll write the figure here, and then the proposed dividend, and proposed dividend is nothing but 10% of paid up capital. So paid up capital value is 10 lakh. So 10% of 10 lakh is 1 lakh. You'll record it here, and then you will find out the final figure, that is the balance that need to be carried over to balance sheet, which is 3,85,250, which has been derived by deducting 81,750 and 1 lakh from the aggregate value of 5,67,000, and then you will get the total 5,67,000 by summing up all the items and appropriations part. So this is how your profit and loss account should be maintained.